Hello folks, welcome back here. Second game of a doubleheader. About to hit face-off pretty shortly. And of course, as always, we have another exciting matchup on our hands as we are looking at both teams really excited here to play. Andy Townsend here alongside me, and of course myself, Angelo Pontello. And we're here to give you an exciting live action-packed game here in this Week 5 second game right here. Andy, what can we tell about these two teams?
Well, of course, the Red Army is still undefeated in their ways. Have to look at both sides of this matter. You know, offensively, very strong. You know, Angelo Pontello, he could play utility either way. And then, of course, Mike Ricci, Luda Meza, Rick Gallant, John Mudra, you know, they all work together. And then, of course, you have to add Mike Fabel to the mix, you know, very strong. And then, of course, defensively, Pete Dominici, Phil Fields, Paganella, Pontello as well. You know, it's going to take a lot for this Yellow Jacket team to try to muster if they're going to be looking to try to get their victory and the Red Army their first loss. And yeah, speaking of the Yellow Jackets, both Omer Chiquan and Frank Curtin are here today, so you know it'll be pretty interesting to see how they do their lineup today, if they're going to be pairing up Frank Curtin and Omer Chiquan on the same, or if they're going to be splitting them up. But yeah, if you're going to be working these two, you know, Frank Curtin and Omer Chiquan must be together for the Yellow Jackets to be a deadly force. Otherwise, you break them up. I don't think there's quite enough muster here for the Yellow Jackets to keep going. And of course, the Yellow Jackets with only one win so far in this season, and that was against the Grey Wolves back in Week 3. They're looking to try to avoid another losing skid if possible. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. With the 1-3 record, Yellow Jackets are looking to try to pick up the pace here. You know, they have the talent. They just need to put the pieces together and make sure that it's a good fit. And with that, you know, Larry, okay, of course, reminds me, yes, Larry Wood, another key force. You know, as long as he doesn't get off his game and the Red Army don't capitalize on him, you know, Larry Wood should be a goalie where he is definitely able to make the stops today. Oh yeah, no doubt it. I have a really good feeling that Larry Wood is going to be on his game here today. You know, it's going to be a tough thing for the Red Army to try to score on him today. I feel that Larry Wood is in his psyche right now and making things happen. And then quickly on the other side, of course, you know, it goes hand in hand. Ronnie Herman only giving up on average 2 goals per game, which is by far his best ever in his over 50 hockey career. Of course, it definitely helps for Herman to get that kind of performance when you have arguably the best defensive unit we've seen in recent seasons. You know, like we said before, if you have Angelo Pontello and Pete Dominici, Phil Field, and Paganella back on defense, you know, that is, if you're any keeper, you would love to have that dreamy, ideal defensive unit right there. So, you know, if it was any keeper, they'd probably be doing the same thing as Herman. And with that, we are just a few minutes away from face-off. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back here, folks. We're just about ready for face-off. Dan Favier will take the face-off against Mike McDermott. And starting left wing for the Red Army, Larry Liebler, right wing, Rick Gallant. And starting defenders, Pontello and Phil Field back. As Rick Gallant quickly heads up the center, looking to set up to Favier. He takes the shot, and the Red Army have a goal on the board. 18 seconds into the game. Look out. It looks like maybe the Red Army are going to be the ones having a big day. Well, no doubt about it. 18 seconds in. It looks like Time Boy just knocked off another second off the clock there. It's 11:42. That's the official time of the first goal. Phil Field gets the pass off to Pontello, and it looks like the Red Army are looking for more here as Liebler stops and gets the pass off to Pontello off the glass. Here comes Favier. Rock Hill comes high, here comes Liebler trying to finish, but instead taken away by Favier. Back over towards Pontello. Struggles, and he'll have to regroup again. Pontello finds the pass over towards Gallant. Chiquan heavily covering Gallant. Looks to set up to Favier, trying to take the shot, gets knocked away. Yellow Jackets are going to have to get on their heels if they're going to be looking to try to stop this Red Army team, or at least slow them down. And Chiquan aggressively trying to get to the puck. Instead, it's taken away by Gallant.
Looking to find the setup here. Finds Pontello, trying to set up to Favier, and instead taken away by McDermott. Or correction, that was Steve D'Angelo. Here comes Gallant. And the Red Army quickly regrouping. Here comes Marty Washburn. And now comes the second defensive pairing. Steve Paganella holds up Washburn. Comes Triquan back, passes towards Bill Tisch. Fires the shot. Herman bounces it away, and Dominici will knock it out. And I'll give the Red Army a chance to give some breathing room. And John Mudra will check in now for Dan Favier as the icing call has been signaled. But this is something on the kind of like we assumed that the Yellow Jackets were going to have to do if they were going to stop the Red Army. Was because you have to, all I'm just going to say on this point is Yellow Jackets knew that if they were going to stop the Red Army, they needed to have a quick get-off start. And what happens 20 seconds into the game? They score. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Red Army very capable of making things happen. And as Lou DeMeza looks like he's going off the balls again, finds Ricci. You know, this is again Red Army, a dynasty team we're seeing in the making here. Everybody's gelling together. They know their strengths and weaknesses, and they're able to capitalize on it. Ricci fires the shot, takes it, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Red Army. Mike Ricci just almost took all the time in the world to try to find the right shot. And just like that, it is a 2-0 Red Army lead with 10 minutes to go in the first. Oh boy, Angelo. That's all I have to say at this point. You know, when we saw that first goal scored, you know, we knew that there was going to be trouble. But now it's just Red Army look like they could be on pace for a big-time fiesta scoring here. Gallant now passes it to Liebler. Dave Garrick with the puck. He'll find the pass over towards Tisch, and he's looking for Cristiano. They'll look to try to skate past Pontello, but Angelo Pontello is there first. He's quickly on the move. He'll slip and fall, and there's going to be a yellow card coming on Randy Cristiano, and he knows that's not a good sign. Yeah, Angelo Pontello took off. Randy Cristiano, you know, he's definitely known for his speed, but it looks like his stick was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I thought Randy Cristiano tripped up Angelo Pontello, but it looks like the referees are waving this one off. Oh, it might be, I guess, some sort of technical foul, or maybe something perhaps we missed. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure about that. Let's just call that a questionable handling there by the referees. As Pete Dominici will look to try to dump this one in. Larry Wood stops it. He'll get this one over to Paul Rockhill. Falbo will dump this one back as close as he can to the Yellow Jacket end as it's stopped by Paganella. And now the referee signals an offsides call, or at least he saw an offsides call somehow. And faceoff will take place on the left side of the middle of the neutral zone as Favier heads at it versus Frank Curtin. And here comes Favier now the other way. We'll find Lou DeMeza on the left side. Lightning Lou taking a shot. It gets knocked away. Here comes Phil Field. He'll stop it, trying to get the pass off to Ricci, and instead it's intercepted by Curtin. Pontello back. It is 3-on-1 for the Yellow Jackets. Looking to take the shot, and it's defended well by Angelo Pontello. As he gets this one knocked away, now back towards Buchholz. And past Steve D'Angelo, as Phil Field will get the pass around now to Angelo Pontello. From DeMeza now back towards Pontello, looking for Ricci, bounces in the air, and it is stopped by McDermott. But now taken away by Favier. Here comes Lou DeMeza, and he's got Mike Ricci to work with. Looking to set up to Ricci, and instead it's taken away by McDermott. And this puck goes back in the Yellow Jacket end. Puck now to Paganella. taking his time, and he will dump this one in the Yellow Jacket end for an icing call. .751 to go in the first period, and the Red Army still holding strong to their 2-0 lead here. And you have to look at this point. Yellow Jackets, if they're going to be getting back in this one, they need to start acting fast. And with a lineup like Bill Tisch, Garrick, Randy Cristiano, Marty Washburn, and Rock Hill, it is possible, but they're going to have to break it down here. So Favier and Tisch go at it for the face-off. This one back over towards Paganello, looking to dump it. He gets it past Marty Washburn. And Paul Rockhill will quickly skate back to the puck, trying to control it, and it bounces off the boards. Dominici holds on to it. Now gets off to Ricci. Puck now over towards Garrick. And he finds Ludamezza with the puck, and he gets tripped up by Marty Washburn, and it looks like it's going to be a yellow card coming up on Marty Washburn. Yeah, thanks a lot, Andy. This is what you got me saying now after you've been here so long. It's a tripping call that the Yellow Jackets could not afford to have here. Again, tripping call on Marty Washburn, his first penalty, yellow card, whatever you want to call it. Ha ha. I love the way I've trained you, Angelo. It's great to hear the soccer terms in. And so with that, Red Army get the first power play of the game. And if you're the Yellow Jackets and you're down 2-0 and now you're a man down as well. Exactly, Larry Wood. I couldn't have said it any better myself. You go and fall down on that puck for the save. What else to do if you're the Yellow Jackets? I mean, that is what you have to look forward to, and you're looking to do anything you can to make sure a goal's not scored. As Pontello fires the shot, gets knocked away, and here comes Larry Liebler with the puck. Puck now over towards Bill Tisch, gets past Pontello. Randy Cristiano trying to out-skate Pontello, but of course, Pontello gets to it again. Now comes Liebler, finds the pass off to Pontello. Passes it back to Gallant. Back over towards Pontello, looking for the one-timer, and here comes McDermott the other way. Red Army in position. Gallant looking to try to stop McDermott. Fires back, and instead it's intercepted by the Red Army. Here comes Mudrow with the puck. Gets it off the boards. Now over towards Liebler. 3 Yellow Jackets on top of him, and Frank Curtin strips Liebler loose of the puck. Curtin struggling to control the puck against Gallant, and it gets knocked back, and here comes Chiquan to regroup. And we have 1 minute left on Washburn's penalty. As Gallant dumps it off the boards back in the Yellow Jacket area. Here comes Falba, will take the shot. Knocked away by Wood. Now comes Omer Chiquan, makes the move, or the deke move off of Gallant, and he's just going to dump this one in the Red Army end. Paganella quickly skates to the puck. Curtin controls it, and here they go. Looking to pass it to an open Chiquan. Ricci comes through and slides in there and stops Chiquan from making a big-time play. As the Yellow Jackets trying to get the passing going here. Rockhill taking all the time in the world, finds Curtin. Frank Curtin winds up for the shot, and instead it's another missed opportunity for the Yellow Jackets. Buckholt's looking for a man to set up to, and instead it's intercepted by DeMezza. Lightning Lou looking to pass it to Ricci, instead intercepted by Rockhill. And with that, we are back to full strength. As here comes Lou DeMezza with Mike Ricci. And he is held up by Chiquan heavily as Rockhill takes the pass, or tried to dump it out, and gives it right back to the Red Army for Favier. And now taken away by Chiquan. Peeks away from Favier, and that's going to be an offsides call for the Yellow Jackets. That looks like the Yellow Jackets were getting a little bit too jumpy on that one, and that cost them. So it looks like the first lineup's back in for the Red Army, as it is now Tisch and Favier to take the face-off. McDermott trying to get the puck away from the Red Army, finds Garrick. Gallant looking to skate around as this puck gets off to Garrick. Pontello trying to strip the puck loose of Dave Garrick, still holding on to him, and Garrick struggling to control the puck, and he barely gets away with it. Oh yeah, when you have Angelo Pontello going as hard as he can against a big brutal guy like Dave Garrick, and especially the mastery skills he holds, the premier skills of stick handling the puck, that goes a long ways to show you. As Lonnie Herman gets their faults on the puck, and Randy Cristiano was just literally 1 centimeter away from tapping that puck in the net and could have been a goal for the Yellow Jackets. But with that, it is stopped by Herman, and with 4:08 to go in the first, it still remains a 2-0 lead for the Red Army. Puck now stopped by McDermott. Looked like Ricci was going to set up for a breakaway opportunity. As the puck leans over towards the right side of Buchholz, stopped by Demeza, taken away by Paganella. Still in the Red Army end as Pete Dominici fetches for the puck. And he is held up by McDermott, now looking to set up to Garrick. Looking to find the setup to Cristiano, taking the shot, and it gets knocked away. And now it's stopped and intercepted by Mudra as he looks to try to find the pass off to Ricci, just out of his reach. And now Buchholz skates away with the puck. He is held up by Mike Ricci. And Buchholz will knock it back the other direction as Ludameza takes the puck, looks to set up. Now finds Ricci with the shot. Bouncing around, Wood trying to knock it away. And it gets knocked away. Larry Wood, big time opportunity, and he makes the nice save. And here comes Omar Chacon the other way. And he gets denied and held up well by Paganella. Now Frank Curtin looking to try to take a second-hand rebound. Skates around, fires the shot, knocked away. Chacon quickly skating towards the puck. Yellow Jackets looking to put a goal on the board. But instead, Demeza will try to dump this one away. Quickly stopped by Washburn. And he'll find the pass off to Chacon. And referee will stop play. Mike Falbo to take the face-off against Frank Curtin. Puck bounces immediately to Chacon as he gets the pass off to Washburn, gets it off the boards, stopped by Pontello. And Pontello will flip the puck high, bouncing around. Rockhill stops it. And he'll get a dump-off pass off the boards into the Red Army end as Pontello reaches for the puck. He'll flip this one high over D'Angelo's head as Washburn takes it, now back over towards Curtin. Gets it past Pontello. Here comes Washburn quickly skating for the puck. Looking to set up to Chacon, gets knocked away, and here comes Gallant for the Red Army. Looking to find the pass, gets it off Liebler's skates, and he's on the move. Liebler fires the shot, this one going too high. Gallant looks to set up to Pontello, taking the shot. Wood knocks it away. Larry Liebler gets held up by Rockhill. As Favier tried to get to the puck, instead Pontello comes in, second-hand save. And it gets knocked away. Puck pass now towards Liebler. Looking to get the setup to Paganella in the Yellow Jacket zone. Paganella skates around, looking for that initial shot. Bounces off a Washburn skate. And that'll be some big-time good news for the Yellow Jackets as Ludameza takes it around. Lightning Lou gets the pass off to Dominici, but instead off of the shaft, now gets over to Cristiano. Demeza now skates around, now looking for an open Paganella. This one off the boards, now sets up to Demeza. Now off to Dominici, now sets up to Washburn, gets it off the boards, now back towards Paganella. Will try to clear this one out, but instead it hits Bill Tisch's stick. Now comes Dominici. And he will get an open, left wide open to Lightning Lou. Left wide Lightning Lou, that's what we call it, right Andy? Oh yeah, no doubt about it. This Red Army team has just been superb in this first period. And they are not giving the Yellow Jackets any kind of breathing room, let alone any opportunities. 41 seconds remaining in the first period as Dave Garrick on the right side looking to set up now back towards Tisch. And looking to set up now, Cristiano knocks it away off of Garrick's stick, and Pontello will pick up on the puck. He'll flip this one high, and this is going to be for an icing call coming up. That will give the Red Army a chance to change their lineups with 25.1 seconds. But again, how about this Red Army team? And it's just another week for them, Angelo, that they are improving and performing well. And the Yellow Jackets still could not find an answer to this problem that they are facing with right now. So John Mudra takes a face-off against Frank Curtin. Cut back towards Phil Field, gets this one off the boards, looking for Liebler. This one will be out of the reach. This one going all the way back in the Yellow Jacket end once again for an icing call. Puck now gets over towards Lieber, looking to set up to an open Rick Gallant for a breakaway opportunity. Instead, puck gets back towards Fontello. 3 seconds remain. Bounce away from Gallant, and that's going to do it for the first period. 2-0 Red Army lead, and it looks like so far they're in prime position to try to come away with this game. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Remember what their third period performance is like, so you know, this game right now is 2-0, but the Yellow Jackets have the second period to try to come back and maybe tie or take the lead perhaps, but once it gets to the third period, it'll be all but over for this Yellow Jacket team. So if I'm the Yellow Jackets right now, I need to be coming up with some strategy to try to put some goals on the board and fast. Because once this Red Army team breaks down, we've seen it in way too many games, Angelo, especially back in the last 2-3 weeks, that this Red Army team is just capable of just about anything. Yeah, no doubt about it. I have to agree with you there, Andy. The way the Red Army is set up, the way their chemistry is built, they're built for the long run, and you can tell that this is definitely the team to beat, besides the Green Hornets, of course. So with that, first intermission arrives here, 2-0 Red Army, and when we come back, we'll have the second period face-off. Welcome back here, folks. We're just a few seconds away from face-off, and Frank Curtin will take it for the Yellow Jackets against the Red Army's John Mudra. Curtin quickly trying to bounce onto the puck as he's trying to skate back. He'll get to the puck first before Dominici, now heading up in the deep slot. And it's now set up, stopped by D'Angelo, and here comes Rick Gallant the other way. Set up and intercepted by Chiquan, looking to set up to D'Angelo, gets knocked away. Now it's over to Curtin in the deep slot. Held up well by Dominici. Get this pass back towards Washburn. Washburn finds, or looked to try to find D'Angelo, but if he touched it, it would have been an offsides call as Curtin, a correction, Larry Lieber gets it to an open Gallant. Takes a shot and it's in! 3-0 Red Army. And how about that shot by Rick Gallant? Well, Rick Gallant is definitely a force not to be reckoned with, especially when he gets on a breakaway opportunity. And this guy used to not be able to finish well, but Rick Gallant has just been a man of mystery. And, you know, looking at the way he's improved drastically, you know, he now has a one-timer shot of his own he can remember and hopefully improve from. 11-11 in the second, 3-0 Red Army. And they're continuing to show why they are clearly one of the premier teams in this league this season. Garrick passing it back towards Cristiano, fires the shot. And instead it's taken away from McDermott by Ricci, but eventually Mike McDermott gets back on the puck, gets the pass over towards Buckles, passes it back to McDermott. And this one's going to be for an icing call. Now I heard in the, the C League, I guess a weeknight league that runs over, that there's going to be an interesting matchup. You know, the Aces, which have basically 5 players from the Red Army team and a couple of players from the Yellow Jackets right now, they're going to be taking on the Mongolians, I heard, and that's a team that has Mike McDermott on it. Well, yeah, no doubt about it. I've heard a lot of interesting things about that C League too, especially how brutal those games can be. You know, a lot of shoving and hitting and just unnecessary roughness because players are not winning. But yeah, that's just the way hockey operates, Andy. I mean, Sometimes when you get too much into the game, you know, unexpected things can happen, and it can turn into a personal matter for some of these guys. Dave Garrick in the neutral zone. Demeza trying to stop him, but instead he gets the pass off to Tish. Instead, Lightning Lou trying to stop it. Here comes Garrick taking the shot, and it is in. There will be no shutout for the Red Army as Dave Garrick quickly comes up on the rebound. Nice finish there by Dave Garrick and the Yellow Jackets. Well, it looked like the defense just broke down, and you know, there was a lot of shots being taken on. Lonnie Herman, I knew initially made the save at first, but just the continuous bounces, he's not necessarily known for making the second and third shots stop. But by far, Lonnie Herman, I have to agree with you there, Andy. You look at Larry Wood, I mean, he is a keeper, especially in these past few games, where the first initial shots he's let go by him. But then you look at Lonnie Herman, and even if the defense breaks down, you know, he can still make that first stop save. But then when it comes to the rebound shots, you know, Herman's not necessarily known to help a team out when it comes to consistent rebound shots. But nevertheless, I do have to agree with you, Andy. When it comes to the first-time shots, Lonnie Herman is definitely one of those keepers that is gifted with stopping the first shot. And with that, Marty Washburn tangled up with Larry Liebler for the puck, as Steve D'Angelo is as well, looking to try to get this one out. Frank Curtin trying to get it out of Paganella's possession. He doesn't. He's on the move, and he's got Shaquan to work with. Looking to set up, takes the shot, bounces around, and here comes Favier. This one bouncing around now to Steve D'Angelo, and here come the Red Army the other way. He's got Favier and Gallant to work with, and Rick Gallant barely got back on sides as Washburn attempts to try to dump this puck out. Phil Field reaches the puck and now gets it over to Pontello. Skates around, Pontello on the move. Chaquan coming on him, and instead he misses the pass to Demeza. Puck now towards Rock Hill. Rock Hill now looking to set up to Washburn. Gets it over towards Ricci and now finds Dave Garrett. Cristiano knocks it back as it's Phil Field getting the puck off, intended for Demeza, instead knocked away. Now comes Ricci looking to set up to Demeza. Instead, this pass is going to go back. Stopped by Herman. Here comes Pontello. Ricci looking to feed the puck to Demeza. Instead, it's intercepted by McDermott. And McDermott gets around a few players, looking to make a move off of Herman now in the deep slot. Buckles fires the shot. Now over towards Garrick. Garrick fires the shot, another rebound shot taken by McDermott, saved, and then Tish knocks his pass away. Now comes Mike Ricci on the right side. Cristiano back to defend. Takes the shot, and Cristiano defends well. Here comes Ricci trying to set up the Pontello, instead taken away. McDermott on the puck. Lou Demeza looking to try to stop him. And Pontello strips the puck loose of McDermott. Puck now taken by Ricci, looking to set up to Demeza. Lightning Lou on the left side, looking for a man to set up to. He's got Mudra and Ricci. Now taken away and intercepted by Chaquan. And this one's going back. And you have to love one thing on the camera we're seeing right now. Lots of communication by the Red Army, something we haven't seen from a lot of teams in the recent seasons. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. And I know Tom Finley, when he captained the Green Hornets last season, there was a little bit of that communication factor, but still, Moda is well done as this Red Army team right now. I think when Pete Dominici became a captain in the recent season and picked his team, he picked a lot of players that are looking to try to improve themselves, and that's where the chemistry comes in. You've got a lot of guys just on the same page as one another, and that definitely goes far for a team. Puck knocked away, looking to try to pass it. Instead, here comes an open Steve Paganella. Only Rock Hill back to beat, but instead Rock Hill catches up with him, and Paganella has to look for plan B. Looking to set up Rick Gallant with the finish, and there's the 4-0 or 4-1 lead for Rick Gallant and the Red Army. How about that? Just an initial pass. Everyone was on Steve Paganella. Was able to find the pass open, and the Yellow Jackets could not stop Rick Gallant, who was waiting at the backdoor position, and he was able to make a nice finish off of Larry Wood. And with that 6:34 to go, and the Red Army are looking to try to pull away here. Pete Dominici back. Gets the pass over towards Rick Gallant. And Marty Washburn looked to try to stop Larry Liebler. He sort of did per se, as Mike McDermott takes the puck away now over to Gallant. Rockhill taking a lot of time to try to find McDermott. And McDermott that's Frank Curtin, as the puck is over towards D'Angelo, now taken away by Dominici. Pete Dominici finds an open Rick Gallant looking to get the pass off, finds an open Larry Liebler, Chacon trying to beat him out for it. Now Dominici looking to make a setup happen, gets this in the Yellow Jacket end, as Favier now gets to the puck. Looking to bounce around, Liebler finishes, high shelf with it, keep the peanut butter and jelly. And with that, it's another goal for the Red Army and a 5-1 lead. I'm speechless right now, Angelo. I have never seen beautiful tic-tac-toe playing from the Red Army. They look like a club team per se, the way they're playing right now. Just looking at all the setup, the communication, this team is just 100% ready to win championships. And with that, Angelo Pontello skates back in the Red Army end, looking to look for a man to pass it to, instead stopped by Bill Tisch. And here comes Pontello again, he's on the move. Looking to set this one to Ricci, and here comes an open Mike Ricci. But that would have been an offsides call, as there was already, I believe, Luda Meza across the blue line. As here comes Cristiano with the puck. And instead it's stopped and intercepted by Pontello, bounced off of Favier. And here comes Dan Favier the other way, looking to make the finishing touches, and instead it's stopped by Larry Wood, and he makes the save. Great effort there by Dan Favier, but just could not make the finishing touches to put the moves on Larry Wood. Well, yeah, I mean, at this point for the Red Army, you know, you have to love the success factor here, but there might be also the time where you have to just slightly ease it up a little bit. You know, there's no need here to show the Yellow Jackets you can score 10 goals, but, you know, expect anything to go for this Red Army team. Puck now towards Dave Garrick, looking to get the pass off to Buchholz. Instead it's stopped by Ricci, and the Red Army are at it again. Puck now to Dominici, gets this one back off the boards to Lightning Lou. And he looks to try to get the set up, he'll skate back. Trying to see if there's maybe another option he can look for, and instead it gets deflected off the Yellow Jacket stick and into the Red Army bench. Tisch versus John Mudger on the faceoff. This one bounces off of Tisch. Now gets over to Dominici, gets the pass off the boards to Ricci. And as Ricci looked like he was making a pass intended for Demeza, it bounces off of Tisch once again. Now comes Paganella. Spins around, looking to set up here to Ricci. Finds Demeza, looking to finish the Mudger. Just a missed opportunity off the right post. And with that, looks like it was a high sticking call, and they're going to be moving face-off towards the Red Army area. No, they're going to keep it in the Yellow Jacket zone. Great effort there by the Red Army, but still, they're looking to capitalize on maybe just another drive or two. Falbo will take the face-off against Frank Curtin. This one now going over towards Rockhill. And here comes Pontello quickly skating through. Almost had an opportunity there, trying to get past Washburn. Looking on the wraparound shot. And it looks like it was stopped by Larry Wood per se. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Everything happened so fast. I think that might have been a save. Yep, that the referees are signaling it. Saved by Larry Wood. How about the quick reflexes? Or when Angelo Pontello is fast like a chicken hawk per se on the wraparound opportunity. Larry Wood was just waiting for that wraparound to come, and he was in the right place at the right time to make the save. Shaquan looking for the pass off to Curtin. Instead, this one's going back over towards the Red Army end. Hartman signaling for the icing call. Probably not going to get one at this point. Field now finds the pass to Pontello, back to Field. Struggling to control the puck, now passes it back to Pontello again. Looking to set it to Gallant. Rockhill gets a piece of it, now comes Gallant. Gallant skates around, takes the shot, knocked away. Rockhill now over towards Curtin. Curtin on the move in the neutral zone, now heading into the Red Army zone. And the puck gets knocked away, here comes Phil Field. This one now over towards Paganello, trying to get this one around McDermott. He doesn't. Here comes Favier. On the move into the Yellow Jacket zone. Buchholz trying to stop him. Favier makes a move. Takes the shot. That was Liebler taking a shot, and it gets knocked away. Gallant passes it back to Paganello. Makes a move off of Tish. And Chiquan knocks Paganella back, as we saw as the camera was moving away. But it doesn't look like the referees are going to be calling anything there. Chiquan on the move, he'll fire the shot, misses on the right side. And now looks at Liebler trying to set up the Favier. Now Gallant off the boards to over towards Dominici. Makes the move off of Dominici, stopped by Buchholz. Dominici now looking to set up, here comes DeMezza with the shot, knocked away. Now Mike McDermott looking to set up to Cristiano, instead this one's back. Pontello gets to the puck, he'll flip this one high. This one past Garrick, now back over towards Pontello, finds the pass to DeMezza. And it looks like at this point, Yellow Jackets, all 5 players are gravitating towards the puck handler versus spreading out and covering a man. Well, at this point, Angelo, if you are the Yellow Jackets, you're just going to do just about anything to try to get the puck away, to even come up with some kind of opportunity to score. Because as time is ticking away, so are your chances. Puck now over towards DeMezza. He'll take it up the middle. Trying to stop by McDermott. Nothing there. Ricci looking to stick handle the puck around. First shot initial denied. Now it's Mike McDermott the other way. Stripped loose by Pontello as he's going to get the move going for the Red Army. Passes all the way back to Phil Field. Now looking for Mike Ricci. And Ricci instead is going to dump it in the Yellow Jacket end. Quickly skating for it's Larry Liebler. And the Yellow Jackets just look like they're not able to keep up with the Red Army stamina-wise. Paganella fires the shot, bouncing around. Here comes Falbo, gets it off towards Liebler. As we enter the final minute of the second period, now comes Tish the other way. Looks to set up to Garrick, instead it's knocked away by Paganella. And he'll flip this one high. Puck bouncing around, goes all the way towards Larry Wood. He'll stop the puck for the save. 40.5 seconds remain. And both teams now looking to make a lineup change. Frank Curtin to take the face-off against Dan Favier. Puck now towards Marty Washburn in his own end. He looks to try to get the pass off to Curtin. He does. Makes the move off of Gallant, but not without getting knocked off the puck. Now towards D'Angelo as his dump off is in the Red Army end. Taken by Paganella. This one's going back. Larry Wood's going to let this one go for the icing call. He will get one with 12.8 seconds to go in the second. Xavier again on the face-off deep in the Red Army end as Rockdale looks to try to get the setup. Demeza looking to fire this one away, and he shoots it right in the Yellow Jacket bench. So at this point, with the time left in the second period, they had just about enough time for a face-off and a lot of other fun stuff. Curtin with the initial shot. D'Angelo just not enough time to try to take a shot off, and that's going to do it for the second period. 5-1 Red Army. And I just can't believe the way this game's going right now, Andy. Well, yeah, the Red Army just appear to be very superior towards the Yellow Jackets, and you know, that's just about it at this point. There's nothing left to say other than there's a third period left and the Red Army about to do their thing. When we come back after second intermission, score 5-1 Red Army lead. Don't go away, more to come.
Captains from these teams came from my team.
I agree with that.
Yeah, all four.
And welcome back here, folks. Start of the third period. We had Tom Finley up here talking with us a little bit during second intermission. But just a lot of things you can notice about this Red Army team is, for one thing, you know, they definitely, most of their guys come from the Green Hornets from last season. And yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, that is ultimately the key, and that's where, you know, we have the chemistry, the ability right there. That's what the Old Pucks were like in the earlier seasons, but, you know, you look at this team now and you can see based on the players here.
Hey, Richie, you got a goal?
With a lot of things going on. Puck now to Chiquan in the neutral zone. Stopped by Phil Fields, stripping it loose. Here comes McDermott back now towards Ricci. Looks to stop it by Demeza, and Demeza makes a move off of Buckholtz, gets tripped up. And here we go, an obvious yellow card coming up to Tom Buckholtz with 11:18 to go in the game. And that is the Yellow Jackets' second yellow card of the game. This time Buckholtz will be nailed with the tripping call. And at this point, you know, for the Yellow Jackets, all the current game's frustrations are building up to now. And they're just looking to try to get out of this one because it doesn't look like anything's going to be changing anytime soon. And the Red Army, once again, are going to be having a big-time opportunity to put more points on the board. So it'll be Falbo versus Curtin on the face-off deep in the Yellow Jacket zone. Curtin will play around with the puck. He'll find the pass-off towards Chiquan. And he gets the pass-off, this time over towards Paganella. Stopped and intercepted by Curtin. Looking to set up the Curtin. Shot goes high off the glass. And this one now bouncing around towards Ricci. Puck now towards Dominici as we have 1:20 left on Buckholtz's penalty. This one going back towards McDermott. And he will clear this one out as Paganella intercepts the puck. He'll feed this pass off, going back towards McDermott. Deflected off of Washburn, now goes towards Larry Liebler as he passes it over towards Dominici. Back to Liebler. Bill Tisch on top of Liebler, looking to push him off the puck, but instead Liebler regains control and now taken away by Tisch. Puck sliding past Gallant, and Pontello will skate back towards the puck.
Man, it's got a good team.
Pontello skates up the ice. We're going to make a move off of Garrick. He does as he enters the Yellow Jacket zone. He fires the shot and once again misses.
Yeah, I got one of those. The Pontello. Last Sunday. You want to see
Last
it?
Sunday.
Angelo Pontello shot.
Yikes. And that's going to be something, of course, you want to cover the kids' eyes on that one. It's definitely something nobody wants to endure like Tom Finley has for the Grey Wolves. And with that, Larry Wood makes the save with 9:31. But Tom, I got to be feeling bad for your Grey Wolves right now. I mean,
0-5. But we all make the playoff.
That's the thing too. Like, what if you
We
guys
win it
could?
go 0-12.
0-12, win the playoffs, win it all?
I would have to.
Oh yeah, but
And beat the Red Army, who might go 12-0.
that would be something to see. We'll see if the first place curse when playoff time comes into play, or if
Could happen.
it's going to be the Red Army and Green team. But with that, Ricci passes it back towards Pontello. Buckholz enters the ice. Tisch trying to stop it. Here comes Lightning Lou with the puck. Gets it through Washburn's skates. DeMezza looking to try to finish up to Ricci, but instead it's taken away by Garrick.
I need rewind.
Puck now towards Paganella. Takes the shot and it goes in. And that is the third initial shot made by the Red Army, or should I say one-timer shots made by the Red Army. The third goal that goes in for them. And with 8:59 to go, it is 6-1 Red Army.
Hey, Lou, you guys are too good, man. What the fuck? I know. I can see. I need you on my line.
So John Mudra, Frank Curtin on the faceoff, 8:59 to go.
You play the yellow team.
As Ricci looks to set up, looking to finish there, no opportunity found. As it's now over to Omer Chiquan. Looking to get the move around. John Mudra cannot, as Mudra moves the puck around. Chiquan now sets up to McDermott. Looking to get this pass off to Frank Curtin. He does, but instead he gets stripped loose, and here comes Paganella the other way. Red Army on the roll. Mike Ricci gets it to an open Lou DeMezza. Looking to finish, and he misses the shot. Buckholz finds McDermott. McDermott now entering the Red Army zone. He's got two defenders back, now passes it back to D'Angelo, fires the shot as this one gets over towards McDermott, trying to stop it to Curtin. And here comes Mike Fraubel, he'll flip this one away. And another offensive opportunity for the Yellow Jackets go for none, as the Red Army and now Yellow Jackets change their lines. Garrick trying to clear this one out, instead intercepted by Pontello, gets it off the boards. Here comes Pontello the other way, sets up to Galan. Now over to Liebler, back over towards tic-tac-toe. And the Red Army tic-tac-toe plays denied. Here comes Liebler with the shot knocked away. Liebler looking for a man to set up to, finds Pontello the other way. And instead, puck bouncing around past Cristiano. Here comes Field, sets up to Liebler. Gets over towards Pontello. Pass back to Field, now sets up to Liebler. This one getting past Pontello, and now Dave Garrick takes the puck away. We'll find an open Bill Tisch. Tisch looks to set up to Cristiano, instead taken away by Gallant. And now to an open Dan Favier as the Yellow Jacket defenders come back on the ice. Takes the shot, knocked away by Wood. 6:43 to go in the game. Now over towards Randy Cristiano, now back and intercepted by Paganella. Still with the puck as Paganella takes the shot, and Larry Wood makes the save. This time a save by Larry Wood, but all this season, whenever Steve Paganella is taking shots on Larry Wood, roughly 80% of the time with his one-timer shots, he's been able to make some success off of Larry Wood. And that is something that, you know, is Larry Wood's nightmare right now this season, is Paganella's one-timer shots. And that's what makes up nearly half of the goals he's given up this season. So for Larry Wood, there's some work that needs to be done. Chiquan's pass bouncing around. Garrick could not reach it in time. But now Garrick controls it quickly, now gets it over towards Tisch. Garrick looking to set up for the Yellow Jackets, knocked away. Puck goes back towards Washburn, and Dominici will knock this one away towards Paganella. And Paganella will find DeMezza as taken away by Washburn. And here comes DeMezza. Stopped and intercepted by Rockhill. As Dominici gets held up by Chiquan. No call there by the referees. They're just going to let this one go. And there's an end-around shot, and Frank Curtin scores. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. It looked like the referees were blind to see Pete Dominici just get tangled up by Chiquan and went down.
Omar's getting pissed off.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Once Chiquan's pissed off, you know, nothing will get in his way, and it looks like the referees were just, they didn't want to get thrown out of the ring by Chiquan, so I guess they didn't call anything. But with that, it's 6-2. Yellow Jackets will get 2 goals coming away from this Red Army team. But the referees need to do a little bit of a better job in terms of watching out to make sure nobody gets hurt, because that could have been really dangerous if Dominici were to actually get hurt. And with that, he is saved by Larry Wood. 5:22 to go. 6-2 Red Army.
Did you see Jim Thomas today had 4 more goals? 4 goals.
4 goals, yeah. Andy and
I think he had 4. Yeah.
No, he definitely had 4, and that was something Andy and I were saying because if we checked our stat book correctly, I think he became the first ever over 50 hockey player to score 4 goals, which was like a big accomplishment. But that just, I guess, puts a whole dynamic to Jim Thomas now, which is something to watch out for.
That's why I drafted him last year.
Jim Thomas, yeah, and of course, like, since he recently became a 5-star, you know, that is something to look out for, and that's a big reason why he like jumped up from a 4-star to a 5-star, because he has that playmaking ability. As the shot taken by Curtin is saved by Lonnie Herman. Well, looking at the score right now with 5:02 left to go, Lonnie's GAA is still 2 goals, and it looks like if the Red Army don't allow any more goals, his goal per average is still going to be 2.0, which would be a big accomplishment and something that hasn't been done after 5 games. Puck now set up to D'Angelo. As this one gets knocked away, here comes Paganella. Now comes Pete Dominici. Sets up the Gallant. Looking for an open Larry Liebler on the left side. Only has Buckholz to beat. Makes a move around Buckholz. Larry Liebler with the stolen opportunity. Takes the shot, and it's knocked away by Wood. Sets up to Falbo, taking the shot, knocked away. Puck now towards Frank Curtin. Everybody trying to stop him here. Rick Gallant holding up Frank Curtin well in the deep slot. Yellow Jackets have to regroup quickly. Now Pontello gets a hold on the puck. Trying to get this one out. Now stripped away by Falbo, knocks it around. And here comes Liebler. Now Rick Gallant looking to skate to the puck. Controls it. Held up by the referee that time, as Curtin gets the pass off to McDermott, now taken away by Pontello. Pontello's pass now over to Phil Field as Yellow Jackets trying to change their lineup, as well as the Red Army. Here comes Ricci, now finds Fabier on the left side, looks to set up. Cristiano now over towards Tisch. This one now to an open Washburn on the right side. Takes the shot. Herman letting this one go. Tisch almost had an opportunity to finish, and the Yellow Jackets were just not there. Ricci now finds an open Luda Meza, and only Randy Cristiano back. Here comes the Meza. Takes the shot. It gets knocked away. And this one is saved by Larry Wood. We apologize about that, folks. A little bit of technical difficulties. But with 2.5 minutes left to go in the game, it looks like the score of this game's pretty much been settled. So, I mean, again, look at this game, Andy. Was it anything we were expecting? Oh, yes, I think everything was expected in this game, you know. Yellow Jackets knew from the start what they had to do to try to beat this Red Army team. They had to keep up with them, and look at the speed, it continues. Larry Wood reaches the puck. Gets this one over towards Phil Field. Field now finds Pontello. Pontello passes it back over towards Field. Now gets this one over from Ricci, now over to Liebler, looking to set up the shot. Takes it, bounces around. Ricci looking to finish. And it is saved again by Larry Wood. Well, at least on the bright side, you have to look for the Yellow Jackets here. I mean, Larry Wood is not allowing this game to go to 7 goals. You know, he's denying the Red Army 7 goals right now, so he's looking pretty good right there. Yeah, no doubt about it. Larry Wood is doing everything he can. He is not going to back down, and he is going to play as hard as he can for the rest of this 1 minute 47 of this game. Babo and Curtin on the face-off. This one now over towards McDermott, gets the bounce off the boards. Now this one taken away by Curtin, now knocked it back by McDermott. Puck now taken away by Demeza, and the Red Army still on the move. Rickalon looking to finish now over to Mike Babo, knocked away, and here comes Curtin the other way. Curtin in the neutral zone. Now in the Red Army zone, passes it back to D'Angelo, fires the shot, and it is stopped by Herman. Looking to get the pass off to Demeza, he does on the left side. Looks to set up the foul, taking the shot, and the net was moving already in the process. It looked like maybe Washburn accidentally kicked it, losing his balance. Or maybe that's perhaps he knew that was going in, but he kicked it out of the way to make sure to try to knock the puck off direction. 1:03 to go in the game. Another week. It is all smiles for the Red Army and their fans, as it looks like they'll be coming away with a 5-0 record, and the Yellow Jackets in about a minute or so will officially have dropped to 1-4 on the season. And then of course looking forward to next week's matches. The Yellow Jackets going up against the winless Grey Wolves still, and then it's round 2 for Red Army and the Green Hornets next week. All again of course San Angelo. Every time the Red Army and Green Hornets face off against one another, it's like the premier teams going at it. And then, of course, you know, you got the Yellow Jackets and Grey Wolves. They'll be at the bottom, of course. The Yellow Jackets with the win over the Grey Wolves, they'll be looking to pick up win number 2 next week. And that's going to be their mission. Favier looking to set up to Ricci. Bouncing puck now over towards Paganella. Chacuan heavily on him. Now gets over to Liebler, looking to set up to Favier, gets knocked off the puck by Washburn. Now comes Cristiano looking to feed the puck up towards Chacuan. Now looks to set up towards Curtin. Instead this one gets knocked away. 21 seconds remain in the third period. Washburn trying to get the pass off to Chacuan, he does. Here comes Curtin now looking to sit around to Cristiano, and instead it's stopped by Lonnie Herman for the save. And with that, Time Boy's just going to let the clock run out, and everybody is going to be satisfied with this one. Final score, Red Army 6, Yellow Jackets 2. And again, Red Army improved to 5-0, Yellow Jackets got to 1-4, but what about this game, Andy? I mean, it was kind of like what we expected. Yeah, no doubt about it. Once again, the Red Army have proved capable. You know, the chemistry of this team and the way they are passing here, they have a game plan going, and nobody in this over 50 hockey league has been able to stop them here yet. And of course, the Green Hornets next week, they're going to have another chance at these men, but just not the way things we're expecting right now. And as for the Yellow Jackets, again, at least they're going to have the Grey Wolves next week to try to go up against and see if they can try to pick up another win. But again, clearly this game was just two teams that weren't on the same page. You know, Red Army was by far the superior team in this one. And of course, there's always the next two games or the next two meetings left for each other. So, you know, we'll look to see what happens here. And maybe for the Yellow Jackets, there might be a nice turnaround coming by mid-season. And with that, this has been another production of PBN. And we'd like to, of course, thank our viewers for watching this game here and everyone else in production. But here at the Ice Sports Forum, I am Angelo Pontello. And for Andy Townsend, we say so long, good night, and we hope everybody has a blessed evening. Take care, everybody.